Hello everyone. One of the prominent reasons for business failure, or more importantly, the businesses pertaining to the manufacturing sector or for that matter the trading businesses, one of the prime reason of failure is the mismanagement of the inventory. As I have been talking you all along regarding the significance of management from the point of view that 80% of all the businesses that they start on day-to-day basis, they fail within 1 year or so, and out of those 80%, 90% business failure they happen because of the mismanagement of all kinds. So out of those all mismanagements, one of the mismanagements could be of the inventory. Okay, the reason is very obvious because a large amount of money out of your capital is invested in procuring different kinds of inventory. So it is obvious to understand what exactly the inventory management is, how you can handle your inventory so to ensure that there is optimum utilization of all the available resources. At the same time, you are not running out of the stock and thereby losing out the consumers process. So hi, I am Professor P.K. Pathak, and I am going to talk about the perfect ways of managing the inventory. So we'll be talking about what is the inventory management, what kind of inventories are held by the businessmen, and what are some of the important business models, or more importantly, the inventory management models which you can implement in your specific businesses. Okay, so I'll share my screen and go ahead with the discussion. And before that, I would like to urge all of you to do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and give me motivation so that I can come out with more of such kind of informative videos. These videos will be very important for all those who are preparing for their MBS, maybe from within the country or from outside the country, abroad, anywhere across the globe. So it will be very important for all of them. These topics have been taken from the syllabus of PNP. So now I share my slide. Hope all of you can see the screen. So this is our topic, inventory management system, and we'll be talking all basic elements of the inventory, and we'll try to establish as to how we can have effective inventory management system in place. Okay, so let us see what is inventory first. Inventory basically refers to the process of ordering. Inventory management refers to the process of ordering, storing, using, and selling a company's inventory. And inventory usually means the stock. Okay, so the whole management process involves the management of raw materials, components, and finished goods, as well as the warehousing and processing of such items. So to bring you more clarity on this, let us divide it into different segments, and let us see what kind of inventories you can have to handle. These are some of the inventories. Basically, any business consists of some inputs, and then there is a processing in the business unit, and it leads to some kind of output, which is served to the consumers. Okay, so as far as the and all these three types, they have their own set of inventories. So if we consider the input, in the input we have this kind of inventories. As you can see, the raw materials. They are to be procured, they are to be put in place, they are to be stored, so that when the manufacturing is going on, you have the raw materials readily available with you, and the machines are not running empty. Then there will be consumables. Consumables are all those items which will be consumed in the process. For example, the petrol, the diesel, the cleaning material. So these are all the consumables. They are also required to be maintained a stock thereof. Then you have the maintenance items. The machines do require some sort of maintenance, and to enable their maintenance, you may be holding certain equipments and certain related equipments and the tools and other things. Similarly, you have to have the packing materials, because when you produce certain items, it has to be packed, and local purchase items. All of the things required for your final product you cannot produce in your own company, so therefore some of the items have to be purchased locally and imbibed or included in your final product system. Okay, so this is as far as the input is concerned, and in the process you still could have a few types of inventories, like work in process. So what usually happens is, it is not necessary that you are holding only one machine to put your raw material and find out the finished product. It may happen that you may have multiple machines. So say for example you have machine 1, machine 2, machine 3, machine 4, and certain inputs have been given to machine number 1. Now the capacity of each machine is going to be different. So what may happen is, say for example in machine 1 it is having capacity of 10, while the machine 2 is having only capacity of 7. So what happens in the process? Machine 1 output goes to machine 2 as the inputs, but only 7 can go and 3 has to wait. So those 3 which are waiting for the next process, they are called the work in process inventory. They are to be safely stored. Then semi-finished production, which has not been finally produced for the consumer and requires some sort of treatments, which could be additional to the real-time manufacturing. This could be involved the additional heat treatment or cooling or some sort of these kind of treatments, polishing or signing, something of that nature. Then the third type of inventory could be the production waste and the scraps. They also are to be stored and disposed of in the process or salvaged as soon as the manufacturing is over. And also the rejections and defectives, because there are always some sort of rejections will be there in the process of manufacturing. They are to be stored separately. At the same time, some defective items, because whenever you are producing something, you are going to have certain quality test, and if it is found to be defective, it is to be again taken back. So all these kind of inventories will be maintained in the process. And finally, as far as the output is concerned, you could have these kind of inventories, as you can see, the finished goods which are ready for selling into the market. Then defectives, here also, even when you have bagged and you are trying to sell it out in the market, sometimes the consumers may also return the item as a defective. So that also inventory is to be maintained. Similarly, some rejections may take place from the customers also. Sales returns, then repaired stocks and parts, sales promotion and sample stocks. So all these are to be also maintained as a part of the inventory. Okay, so the whole thing combined together, we can call it the inventory management. Let us proceed further now. The cost of inventory, because this is very crucial in order to ensure that we are having the optimum level of inventory without having adverse impact on our capital management system. So let us see what kind of the cost this inventory involves. One is the cost of material itself, because whenever you are trying to build certain inventory, you need to buy it and you have to invest some money for that. Then secondly, the cost of holding inventories. When you have bought some inventory, this is to be stored properly. So you need certain storehouse, you need certain, in case you are having some sensitive items like rubber materials and other things which do require certain maintenance of the air conditioning or of the temperature or specific conditions. So the cost of holding inventories could be from the rented house to the maintenance cost and the employees in the process. So this could be having the cost implications. And then cost of not holding inventories. Suppose you're not holding any inventory. So what will be the cost? It will be having cost in terms of losing out the customers. Some customer come for your product and they don't find it because you are not having additional inventory and you are not able to produce as per the demand of the customer. So in the long run, you are going to incur heavy cost on that account also. Okay. And then there are ordering costs. So whenever you order certain inventory, it will have its own cost, right from contacting the vendors and to raising the purchase order and procuring, and in the process there is a transportation charge and all. So these are some of the costs involved. So ultimately, what we find the direct cost involved, cost of holding inventories and ordering cost. These are the two direct cost inventories, cost implications. So now we'll see on the basis of this, what kind of inventory management we can implement so that to ensure that you as a company, you are optimally utilizing all your resources. So these are some of the most popular, although there are many others. So these are the most popular and implemented in business in practical. So the one is the just in time, second one is CUQ method, and third one is ABC analysis. So let us to see what is just in time. Just as in time is, we are very optimal, and we are just procuring the inputs uh, as per the requirement. We are taking a lot of chance in that. So say for example, day to day, I'll just give you an layman example in your back at your home. So suppose you are requiring, also take the example of the milk that you are buying every day. So you require milk every day, you buy milk and you consume it. Next day again you go and buy it. So why? Because it is a perishable and not going to last over 24 odd hours. But in some other cases also where this still can be kept in inventory, even those items they are procured simply because to ensure that you have to incur less cost. I mean the capital lying with you is quite less, or you want to spend it elsewhere. So you only buy those many items which will be required on day-to-day basis, or maybe 2 days or maybe 3 days like that. And in the process, whenever the stock finishes, again you go and buy it. So just in time is the most economical, but it has got its own implications. In case like I told you that if suddenly the demand goes up, you will not be having any backup to ensure that you are able to supply the demand to the consumers. And now we'll see EOQ method and ABC analysis in more details, because these are the even more popular. So let us first see what is economic order quantity. As I have told you that the inventory cost include the holding cost, shortage cost, and ordering cost. So out of these three costs, the EOQ ensures that right amount of inventory is ordered per batch. So you are going to order per batch the right amount of order, so that you are having a combination of the ordering cost and the holding cost such that it is minimum to you. So how it can happen? Let us see. This is a graphical representation of the EOQ model. Say for example, you see this is a simple plain graph. You can see the x-axis, which is the reorder quantity, and this the y-axis is about the cost. And now let us see, this is the ordering cost line. This is ordering cost curve, as you can see. Okay, this line shows you the holding cost. Okay, and this is the overall or the total cost. So now let us see. Initially, when you try to order something, you will have to make some basic arrangements, so it will be incurring very heavy costs. Okay, so whether you order few items, 2, 4, 5, but all the basic preparation you have to do, so it will be having certain cost. Okay, and since you have already done, like I told you, the fixed cost and variable cost when we were talking about the break-even analysis. So once you have incurred that particular cost for the initial order of supply, after that, when you start increasing the quantity, you can see the ordering cost goes down and down. Okay, gradually it goes down and down, because the basic things remain same. You connect the expenditure to connect the vendor, or even the transportation cost, irrespective of whether you buy 4 tons or you buy 3 tons or 1 ton, because there is a common vehicle. So the ordering cost will go down and down, and the more quantity you order, the ordering cost will go down and down. So this has been indicated by this particular curve. Okay. On the other hand, if you see, the holding cost is minimum when you hold very limited quantity, but as you start procuring more quantity, the holding cost will go up, because it requires more space. It requires more number of people who have to cater for the maintenance of these items. So you can see that the more inventory you hold, the more cost it will have. Okay. So now these two curves are clear to you. This is the ordering cost curve. The more quantity you order, the lesser is the ordering cost. And then here is the holding cost line. The more inventory you order, the more will be the holding cost. Okay. So all these are adding to the total cost, apart from some overheads, which overheads usually mean the admin cost or other miscellaneous costs, which also have been included in the process. So it will be little more than these expenditures also. So therefore, this total cost curve is above these two lines. Okay, but and this includes the ordering cost plus the holding cost plus the overhead costs. So therefore, it is above these lines. So you can see initially the total cost will be high, but as you can see, because the ordering cost curve is going down, so it will have implication, and the total cost also will start going down. Okay, but it will be minimum at this point. Okay, and then start increasing again, because here it will have the implication of the holding cost going up and up and up. Okay, so after this point it will start going up, the total cost. So you will see that on the total cost curve, the minimum cost is at the point where these two lines, the ordering cost curve and the holding cost curve, they intersect each other. Okay, so this is basically the point where you will find the total cost to be minimum. And so therefore, in terms of the quantity, this is the quantity which is economic. Okay, so if this is the quantity, say for example, this is the point of 50 quantity. So 50 is the quantity which is most economical to you. Your holding cost will be minimum, your ordering cost will be minimum, even all the circumstances and all your requirements also will be fulfilled. So I hope this model is clear to all of you. Now, how to exactly calculate through formula? Let us see that also. The EOQ model formula is under root 2AO divided by C, where is the annual demand in units, O is the cost incurred to place a single order, that is the ordering cost, and C is the carrying cost per unit per year, that is the holding cost. Okay, so if you put all these values in the perspective, you will be finding the EOQ for a particular business. So what you must know is the annual demand in units, and you must be very accurate in this. Okay, what could be the, I mean, you have to make certain predictions because, and on the basis of the past data and all. So you must know the annual demand in units, cost incurred, you must identify and find out, and cost holding cost also. So if you know these three inputs, you can find out the EOQ, and that quantity you can keep on ordering every time you feel that the stock is going to vanish. Okay, this is about the EOQ model. Now let us see the ABC model. ABC model is about separating all the inventory items into three groups. So basically, you will see there is a Pareto principles of 80-20 that says that 80% of your capital or the money is invested to procure just 20% of the items. Okay, and remaining 20% of the money will be sufficient to procure remaining 80%. So why it happens? Say for example, you are going to establish a factory. So, and if you start preparing the list of items that are to be procured, you will see that you need require some big machines which will be having lakhs and lakhs of rupees of the cost. Then you will be having some furnitures, computer set and all, and then you have small items, day-to-day utility items. So what you will see that out of 100 items, the 4 items are very costly. That includes the heavy machines and furnitures and jigsaw and fixtures and all. So all those things are 20% of the total number of items required, but they will require 80% of your money. So why we have divided this into, because we want to have more control on this category of items, and we must be very judicious while procuring these kind of items. Unless and until it is specifically required, we are not going to procure these class A items. Okay, then there are B items, and before that let us see the C items. C items are the lowest consumption value. So say for example, the cleaning materials or the writing pen, paper, pencil, the stationery items. Okay, so very small value items are coming under the C items, which does not require any control whatsoever. Because suppose even if you are out of a 1 crore of the company, if you have lost 500 rupees worth of the class C items, there is no harm, because if you want to have strict control, you may have to spend thousands and thousands of rupees for asking separate employees to control that. So C items virtually don't require any kind of control. Then B items, now let us see. B items are in between this A and C. So now you have to be careful as to see, there could be B items which are closer to A, I mean just below the high cost items. They still have to be monitored more precisely. And then there are certain B items which will be closer to C items, which you can neglect the control. Okay, so that's why A, B, C divisions have been done. Let us see it in another way. You see like this: A, B, C. So number of items, 20% only items are coming under A. The cumulative is 20% and consumption value, say for example, 70%. Okay, so 70% of the money is spent for procuring 20% items. Then there is a B category. 30% of the items are the mid value items. The cumulative, the total 20 plus 30 हो गया 50%, and the consumption value is only 20%. Okay, so total cumulative we have 90%. 90% money we have spent. C items are remaining 50% items are all coming under C class items. The cumulative effect is 100%. Consumption value is only 10%. So you can see here, with a 10% amount of money, you can procure 50% of your inventory items. Okay, and cumulative is 100%. So here also you can see, merely to save 10% of amount of your money, you cannot just afford to put a lot of holding cost. Okay, so therefore you may have a looser control or no virtually control at all on class C items, while on class A items you need to have very close control by the high top management. Okay, so this is ABC analysis through which you can have an impressive and effective inventory management system in place. Okay, what benefits does the approach provide? ABC approach benefit, अगर हम देखें तो better control over the high value inventory, because I have been telling you need to have better control. Efficient use of stock management. Stock outs will not happen because you have taken note of it. Production efficiency will increase. Reliable cycle time and improved customer satisfaction. Why customer is satisfied? Because you have been able to maintain your inventory and you are not giving him any chance, customer, that he is returning back without receiving the items. Okay, these are some of the benefits of this approach. I hope this is clear to all of you, and you must also may adopt some of these principles depending on your own requirement. Okay, so this is all about the inventory management. Hope the things have enlightened you to some extent about the inventory, and next time we'll be coming out with some more topics of this nature which are closely related to industrial management or the economics, and ultimately all these are going to be very useful for the students who are pursuing their MBS from any university for that matter. Okay, so that's all for the day. Do like, comment, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting videos. You can connect me on my email ID that is given here. And on that note, now I conclude for the day. Hope you have enjoyed the video, and let us meet again with some innovative and significant topic on the following day. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day, and thanks a lot for watching my video.